Welcome to Home Cooking with Holly. Now, previously, I had my husband in the kitchen with me and he made his version of beef stew. Well, today, I'm going to show you my version of beef stew. Similar, yet different. I will link his video below so you can see that. Let's get started on that stew.
The first thing I'm going to do is prep my vegetables. I'm going to peel my carrots. Now I want to peel my potatoes as well. It's good to have everything set up before you get started, your mise en place, everything in its place so that everything's prepped and ready and you can just plop it into the pot as you need it. Now that I've peeled those, I'm going to slice my potatoes in half and then in half again. And then I'm just going to cut them into some nice bite-sized pieces. And for the carrots, I'm going to cut off the end pieces. Cut those carrots in half for some knife safety. It's easier to work with half a carrot at a time. And I will cut them just like the potato, in half again, and then into bite-sized pieces. Now I've got an onion here. I'm going to just give that a rough chop. You can use whatever vegetables you like to use in your stew. You can use celery, broccoli, kale, whatever you would like to use in here. Any root vegetables are great to start out with. They do need a little more time than some of the softer vegetables, so it's good to start those at the beginning. But this is a great way to use up leftover vegetables, green beans, whatever you have on hand, peas, mushrooms. Now I'm using some top sirloin steak here, and I'm just going to trim off a tiny bit of the excess fat, though I don't mind having a little more fat to flavor the stew. And I'm going to slice it and then chop it into bite-sized pieces as well. And now that everything is ready over there, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of olive oil to a pan that's over medium-high heat. And I'm going to add in my beef. And I just want to get this nice and browned. And it's very important that you season your beef. I'm just using some simple salt and pepper at this stage. I want to make sure that I get that seared into the meat. And now you can see that beef is starting to brown up. Just gonna let it finish here. Almost done. Now that my beef is almost done, I'm going to add in my onion so that it can start to soften. And I'll just let it cook with that beef for a few minutes. And you can see most of the pink is gone from the meat. It's still cooking. The onion is starting to soften and get more translucent. Now I've added in my chopped up carrots and potatoes. I want to get a nice little caramelization on those before I add in my liquid. And I'm going to shake in about a tablespoon and a half of Worcestershire sauce. This adds that great umami flavor. And then of course, garlic. I would say at least a tablespoon, but always measure garlic with your heart. And you can use whatever seasonings you like. I'm going to use rosemary and thyme for this one. But you could use sage, basil, oregano, herbs de Provence, whatever you like to use. Parsley is great as well. I'm just going to give that a good mix. And then I'm going to add in some whole tomatoes. I have 28 ounces in this can here, and I'm going to add 2 of those. I'm also going to fill one of those cans with some water and add that in. And then I'm going to pop a lid on and just let this come up to a boil. And then I'm going to let it simmer for at least 30 minutes. An hour or more is even better. And I want to make sure that I'm stirring it occasionally and kind of breaking up those whole tomatoes. And you can see all of these flavors are melding together. It's starting to break down those tomatoes, and it smells really good. Now I'm going to start to prepare the mushrooms. Now they do come with some dirt on them. It's just the way mushrooms are. You can wipe them off with a damp cloth. You can rinse them off. It's up to you. They do absorb liquid though, so make sure you're aware of that. And I'm just going to kind of chop these in half. I'm not a big fan of mushrooms myself, so I like to be able to pick them out, but my husband likes them, so I do still like to include them. And the stew is almost ready. The last 20 minutes or so is when I add in those mushrooms. And I'm just going to put the mushrooms in now and let them cook down for about 20 more minutes with the lid on, just so that they can start to absorb that liquid. Mushrooms are, of course, optional. Like I said, I personally don't like them, but use whatever you have and whatever you like. And now the stew is done. Now you can make this thicker if you want. It's kind of a cross between a stew and a soup. I think some people call it a stoop. You can thicken this up with some cornstarch and water or flour and water if you'd like to, but we like to eat it just like this. I like to add some Parmesan cheese to mine. My husband prefers not to. You can serve it whichever way you'd like. It's great with some crusty bread as well.
As you can see, stew is very simple to make, and you can personalize it easily with whatever vegetables you have in the house, whatever seasonings you'd like to use. You can use cooking wine, you can use broth, you can use Worcestershire sauce. That's how I say it. How do you say it? Worcestershire, Worcestershire, Worcestershire. Let me know in the comments below how you say it. I say Worcestershire. I hope you'll like and subscribe and follow me for more recipes and cooking tips.